Hello everybody, King of the Reviews here, and today we're going to talk some Witch Hunter. Now, Witch Hunter dropped chapter 224 not too long ago, and man, it was a good chapter. I really enjoyed it. So, I'll be doing a little chapter review. As always, if you do end up liking the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out. So, Witch Hunter, let's talk about it. Everybody get your fucking hands up. So, Witch Hunter, like I mentioned earlier, that chapter was crazy. Now, chapter 223, the way it ended up, we had Vyurang. He brought up his Phantom soldiers, and he was about to attack Tania. Tania was like, she's about to hunt him down. He's saying, hey, let's see if you can hunt me down. And then had his Phantom soldiers ready to spawn. And then we got Kuga. He don't even know what he's talking about. He's thinking that Vyurang isn't nice. He's thinking that, he's just soft and he's walking by himself. But, everyone else is saying, read the situation. Clearly, there's something he got planned. So Tanya teams up with Choha, and then they end up fighting the Phantom Soldiers, because they're the only ones that can really sense the Phantom Soldiers, as we expect from our S classes. You would want our, white class, S class to be able to at least know that the Phantom Soldiers are here. Then we got Vyurang just being cool, sending his Phantom Soldiers to attack, and then the battle ensues. So as he sends his Phantom Soldiers towards the group, Tanya is saying, get ready, but no one knows what she's talking about because no one could see it. Then Choha, she decides to step in because her being a witch, her perception, her manner of perception is way better than just normal people. So she's able to see the soldiers and then attack. And Tanya, her abilities come from earth spirits. So because of the earth spirit, she's able to sense that they're there, but she can't necessarily see that they're there. So Choha basically has to be the main attack, and then Tanya ends up the main support. And then now we're seeing Choha kind of use, her cool techniques, getting rid of the Phantom Soldiers. The soldiers themselves don't look too threatening, but we know that the fact that they can't be seen or sensed by normal means is their true danger. No matter how strong you are, if you can't sense them and you can't see them, then you're pretty much just gonna die, regardless of how strong you are. We saw what happened with the previous S class, Diablo. It didn't turn out well since he couldn't physically attack the spirits. So as Shoha is fighting, Tanya provides good support, but she couldn't necessarily hit them. So now we're establishing that just because Tanya can sense them doesn't necessarily mean that she could take them out, since obviously sensing isn't the same thing as actually seeing it. So they're basically regrouping. Tanya and Choha, they're having a talk saying, okay, Tanya's explaining how she can't really take them out since she can just sense. But, all she can do right now is just provide support. Choha gets a bit frustrated, but she understands that there's not much they can do in this situation. So Choha gets ready to go for a round 2, and then we have the other witches in the battle talking about how useless they kind of feel right now. When these top tiers are going at it, they're using moves that I won't say they're low tiers, but they're very strong, but they're just not like S class, like Choha, the Vyurang, and Tanya. But yeah, they're talking about how they can't really interfere with this battle. They can attack or see them, and they're pretty much useless right now. And then we get Monica. Now, keep in mind, Monica, she's the witch from the first arc, witch from one of the earliest arcs. Tasha went to her village to fight a witch, and the witch, ruined the city, the village, or whatever. And then Tasha ends up saving them, but the witch was still, the witch wasn't defeated yet. And then Monica had to awaken as a witch, and then end up actually helping beat the antagonist. So we see on screen a normal girl become a witch and then help the good guys or our team win. And yeah, that's Monica. So seeing her right now helping these white classes take down the Hungrang's one of his best attacks, that was just great to see. Great callback, because seeing such some good payoff. So I was very excited to see Monica kind of put in work. And then we see Monica's supporter, Parvati, pop on Tanya's forehead. And we're seeing now the battle from Tanya's point of view, and we slowly see Tanya being able to see those Phantom Soldiers from Vi Hyung Rain. And Tanya, looks over and sees Monica, using her power, and she's like, "Whoa, I didn't really think you had this in her arsenal." And then now we got Pavardi pretty much explaining how the ability works, saying that since this isn't, since she's not a witch and she's not Monica, his master, there's a big strain when it comes to using this ability, because someone like Monica can use it with pretty much no restraint, but someone like Tanya, which has no connection to Parvati, as well as not being a witch and not having the proper conditions to use the power, there's going to be some strain. And then he explains that there's a big load, and we even see Tanya's eyes, grow red with strain. And Parvati says 10 minutes at most you have before your optic nerves will overheat and you pretty much can't, see. And then Tanya's like 10 minutes. And then now that she can see, literally instantly, all the Phantom Soldiers are just gone. And then she's just like, if I could see the enemies, I don't even need 1 second. Dog, when I talk about rawness and swag, this is what I mean, bro. Tanya, she's a different breed. Like, I love her so much. It's actually insane. Not even a second. Because we see before, right? Her using her earth spirits, she could sense them. She knows they're there. But she could even land a single hit. And then now her just seeing them. Instantly gone in less than a second. That's just insane. Because when Vihorang, right? When he popped up, I was low-key scared for Tanya. I'm like, wow, Vihorang was like the second strongest witch hunter of all time, behind like Adia. And he just disappeared. So right now, Tanya is definitely the strongest. And he came back, and he looked like he came back stronger. So I'm just like, wow, what would Tanya do? Like, what could she do since he has the spirits and stuff like that? But now, Tanya, she got her own spirits too. And then seeing how quickly she could kind of get rid of one of his best attacks, it's looking good. It's looking good. So let's pretty much move on to what I'm expecting moving forward. So moving forward, we definitely are going to get more info on the Hu-Ring situation. Like, is he... Right now, he seems like he's definitely an op, right? He's not for the witch hunters, but people are talking about maybe he's on some double, triple agent kind of thing going on. And man, it's looking less likely and less likely as time goes on. But we'll see. And thinking about his situation and why he's working for North, one of his biggest motivations and goals we know is that Adia, like he loved her, liked her, all that. So North is planning that resurrection, North and East. If they let him on that, maybe she can come back through their means, I can see him actually ending up working for them, because I'm pretty sure he would prioritize, Adia, his love, all that over, the witch hunters. Especially since he lost to them too. He lost to East, and he's not even one of the strongest. East is not the strongest witch. There's still North and South out there. So we're gonna get more of Tanya and Vihurang for sure. I do wonder how a clash between them will go, because at first I forgot about Tanya's Earth Spirits, but now that I know those Earth Spirits are a thing, or I know that they can actually affect the spirits for the Urang, I'm pretty sure they can affect it. It actually makes things a bit more interesting, because I do want to see how a fight with them will play out, because the Urang is still one of the strongest characters, like by far, and I'm so excited to see how this Tanya versus the Urang will go. Because if y'all don't know, the Ring is not even supposed to be here. He's literally just a gatekeeper for Team North. He's just hired extra security. Wow. And then we need our like top, witch hunter currently to kind of handle business. So overall, North is looking so good to win this. Like, the odds we win is like 1 to 99. It's ridiculous. But of course, it brings the hype. And we saw earlier that Tasha actually is bringing up Mana at the level of Self. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know how quickly we're going to get that. But in the future, we're definitely going to get some... Like, if Self has to fight, it's pretty much set to be Tasha. So I'm excited for that. And also, we also saw Merlin and the other knights kind of plotting in the back. So we have no clue what they're on. You know, they seem very like they value themselves the most. So whatever agenda Merlin got going on, I can see them, you know, breaking ties or going to a different side. Who knows? As long as they get what they want, you know, they're most likely going to do that. So I am curious to what Merlin is going to do. And then with Diablo, see, it's hard because when it comes to these S classes or these Y classes, it's very hard to just say they got like they died, you know, because these S classes are so strong, like they can withstand a lot. So him being taken up by the U ring, I'm not too sure if he died, you know, like there's a good chance that he's fine and just out the picture right now. But when it comes to chapter 225, I'm saying we're definitely going to get more VU Rain and Tania, as I mentioned earlier. Or we might get some Tasha, you know, what he's going on. Because the way 224 ended, it seems like a good kind of stopping point for this particular scene. And then we can maybe get a sneak peek on what Tasha's gonna do next, or maybe what Merlin's doing, or maybe even North. You know, maybe North is gonna react to what's going on with Viewing. But I'm excited overall. This chapter definitely gets a 5-star enjoyment rating. I loved it, bro. It was so good. Shout out Tanya. That's my queen. That's the GOAT. And yeah, I'm really excited for next chapter. So if you did end up liking the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And as always, I appreciate you guys. You know, thank you. So, yeah, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.